This morning's walk is carrying on from the village of Drayton Bassett, which is where we parked for the last walk. This one's going to be a lot better. We're heading down the canal to Kingsbury Water Park and then looping back hopefully through some nice fields and countryside back to here where we've parked. So looking forward to this one, and we're literally on the Heart of England way now here in the village, so we're going to carry on down the road and head to the canal. There's no pavement on this bit of road coming out of the village, so you just have to be careful as you're going along. So this is a very fancy footbridge. We have to go up inside the towers to cross over and down the other side, and then we'll head down the canal that way. I think I'll let the dogs off the leads and see how we get on. Let's wait. Let's go that way. Let's go. Come on, Bailey. Come on, Bailey. Go on, let's go. Right, Bailey, come on. Bailey, downstairs. Oh. The reason that one looks soggy is he leapt in the canal. Luckily, I grabbed him by his harness and dragged him out. Don't think he'll do that again, silly little pup. Bailey is a bit nervous because there's quite a lot of shooting going on somewhere to my left. And although he had gun dog training as a young dog, it definitely makes him anxious. And he feels he has to be ultra obedient and stay next to me all the time. Good boy. Danny, this way. Come on. Why is there a window in a bridge? Might have to look that up. Quite a nice stretch along the Birmingham and Fazeley canal, I think this is called. It's quite nice after the previous walk, which was all roads and HS2. I mean, I might regret saying that, there might be HS2 problems on the return loop, but so far this is really lovely. So this is Fisher's Mill Bridge, and this is where we're going to come off the canal, just up that path, and then we'll be heading into the water park, I think, Kingsbury Water Park. We are going to head down there. So we're walking actually parallel to the canal that we've just come off, which is just there. Now, ironically, we're actually heading back onto the canal. So we've had a little taste of the water park. Now, whether that's because the route that was mapped was a little bit wonky, or whether the Heart of England way really does divert here, who knows. But anyway, we've had a little view of the water park. So as we get near these houses, just want to go up here and we'll take a left at the top. Because it's a nature reserve, or a bird reserve, I've just put these two on their leads, and they are very strong because birds is something they would chase. So they're not overly impressed with me. This is why the boys are on the leads. Far too much temptation. As you can hear, we're about to go under the motorway. Very noisy. Dog's still on leads. Dog's not happy. They want to be running. So there is a little miniature railway line. We're just crossing it and turning right, and we're going to walk alongside it. It's quite a nice wiggly path through the woodlands, so I've let the dogs off for a run, save my arms a bit as well. There's no ducks around here. So we are at the visitor centre for the Kingsbury Water Park. The Heart of England way now carries on down there, but we are starting our return leg. Going to keep going down this road and take a right. There'll be a bit of road work and then we'll be back onto the fields. So this is the section that is not going to be so nice. Leaving the water park, we're heading up Bodley Heath Lane, I think this is called, over the motorway, over the canal, and then we should be able to go through some fields. Obviously I'm not going to film it because I've got these two idiots on leads, so I will have my hands full. So we're just turning left, going across the sheep field. And that, in the distance, is the Aston Villa training ground, apparently. I'm not interested in football, but even I've heard of Aston Villa. Obviously dogs on leads, because there are sheep. It's been quite boring. We've walked all the way along this road, which is part of the Aston Villa training ground setup. Now we're walking down what looks a bit quieter. Not sure whether to risk letting the boys off the lead. Might just wait and see if any cars come past. And we're heading towards Middleton Hall, I think. So there's Middleton Hall, and poor old boy's going to stay on the leads a bit longer. We're going down Church Lane, and that takes us into the village of Middleton, and then we should be back on some footpaths. This is the village of Middleton. Just going through it, going to take a right in a minute. Hopefully back on a footpath. So this is Middleton Village Hall. Apparently we are going up there and hopefully there's a footpath there. We'll find out in a second. So this is the park behind the village hall. It's got this very fancy bandstand. And I believe that's something to do with commemorating soldiers in the war. Not sure if that's first or second. I'm going to guess first. I will find out and put a little note up. And we are aiming through that gate over there. This is a bit better. Out onto open fields, not being pulled along the road. Danny is still very strong. I mean, he's an inch better, but he's still very strong. And having two of them is a little bit tiring when you've got to do a lot of road work. But this is better. Some nice open fields, and I think we're making our way across the fields now, back in the direction of Drayton Bassett, and back to where we parked, and back to the heart of England way. Good boys. Okay, go. This is all a bit swampy and muddy. There's no footpath signs. The app says the footpath goes straight across this field. And I know there's definitely a footpath on Portley Lane, which is, I don't know if you can see my finger over there somewhere. So rather than walk across the crops, I think I'm going to walk up this track and then turn right along the hedge. I don't really want to walk across the farm's crops. Shame that it's still so grey. It's quite chilly now actually as well. It's middle of February. I'm not expecting glorious sunshine, but looking forward to some sunshine. At least it's not raining today. But it's a bit muddy underfoot in places. It's not actually too bad. And I'm looking forward to showing you some walks when spring arrives and we've got blossoms on the trees and it's all looking a little bit better. But it's not been too bad. Let's go across this little lane here, through the gap in the walls. And over there, boys, just wait. Bailey, wait. Danny, Danny. Good boy, good boy. And there is Drayton Bassett, and the church is where we've parked. This circular walk is, I don't know, 9.5 miles or something I think in total. I'll check exactly when I get back to the car. But I think it's, apart from the one slightly boring section on the road past the Aston Villa training ground and that way up to Middleton Hall, it's actually been quite a nice route, much better than last time, just that bit of road work. So if you fancy doing it, I'll put a GPX file link in the description so you can just load it into your app and follow the route. And I'll also, once I've recorded the next video, I'll link that here as well. Check our playlist. It's the Heart of England Way, so you'll see the first 8 or 9 legs of the circular routes making our way gradually south. Thank you for watching. You're very dirty. You're a very dirty spaniel.